Hey guys, Dr. Ben here, Functional Medicine Center is going to talk to you about something that so many people are dealing with, and that is what is called adrenal fatigue. Tell me, do any of you guys believe in stress, right? Does anybody believe in stress? Guess what? Everybody's got stress. We've all got jobs and cars and kids and COVID and presidents and lockdowns and masks and no masks and, what do we want to believe and all these different things. And yet, guess what? Not everybody has adrenal fatigue. So why do some people have more issues with their adrenals than others? And what can you do about it? So let's get into it today. Go ahead and drop down below where you guys are watching from. Love to see it all over. Let me know any questions, anything that you have in regards to yourself or any loved one as far as what the adrenals are and what they are doing. So hey Suzette in North Platte, great to see you. Justin, great to see you as well. So the adrenals are these little glands. They sit on top of our kidneys, adrenals, and they are going to be our stress glands. They respond to stress of all different types. They're going to go up at the right times when we need more adrenaline, more oomph. They're going to go down at the other times when we don't need as much. So here's what happens is that, hey Heidi, you're in Moab. Awesome, good to see you. So here's what happens is when you're under stress, let's say you're pulling an all-nighter and you're in college pulling an all-nighter, finals, whatever it is, your adrenals actually get bigger. And they're going to get bigger and going to kick out hormones and more juice basically to keep you going through there. And then you calm down and they're going to go back to normal size. But in today's day and age, most people don't ever have oh good, I'm done with finals, now I can shut it down. They are constantly go, constantly on this toiling that they cannot get off that, basically that mouse wheel, and they're just turning in there. So we know that all these things, jobs and cars and kids and COVID and everything else, are very, very stressful. But we always say the number one stressor to the adrenal glands is actually blood sugar swings, and that's why I've got my blood sugar monitor on here, especially the blood sugar dips. So if you're crashing at all, been really interesting as I've been learning about my glucose since I'm using my continuous glucose monitor and just seeing how many times I am dipping into the 70s and things that I can do about it to keep that more stable. So that's what I'm really focusing on lately, is keeping that blood sugar consistent, not having those dips, because that is the number one stressor to the adrenal glands. So number two is in the brain wave. When we look at the brain map, a lot of people have this high alpha. Alpha's our relaxed meditative wave, and it's just go through there, and they're constantly in this fight or flight. So those are the two main reasons. Then you've got jobs, and you've got cars and kids and money and all these different things that people stress about. So what happens with adrenal fatigue, and how do you know you have it? Well, for one thing, if you're getting up and needing a lot of caffeine to get going, so here's my drink, but this is chocolate bone broth and a detox powder that we use and some good fat in there and a little bit of tea. So there's no caffeine in here. I've got this energy now. I'm going to have this energy at noon, this energy at 5 o'clock tonight, without having to use caffeine. So that's a good idea that I don't have adrenal fatigue. Hey Carol, good to see you. So what we're looking at is adrenal fatigue. Number one thing is that you're probably needing a lot of caffeine to get going. Number two is that you might get a little bit of a spike by like 9, 10, 11 o'clock. You actually have a little bit of energy and you're getting some stuff done and you're being productive. But then by afternoon, by 1, 2, 3 o'clock, you are crashing. And I would say if you're in a cubicle setting, you're going around to the lady that's got the bowl with all the Hershey's Kisses, and you're grabbing those Hershey's Kisses. And what you're trying to do is give yourself this little boost, and whether that's more coffee or Red Bull or a Monster or a natural energy drink, whatever it is, you're forcing your adrenals. You're basically whipping the tired horse. So your horse is tired and you whip it, it's like, okay, I got a little bit, it gets going again, and then it's like, oh, I got nothing again. And then whip it again, like I got a little bit, and then it kind of crashes. Hey Cindy, good to see you there. So you've got this adrenal fatigue where the horse is tired and you just keep whipping it. And then some people, they actually can't even get to sleep at night. Hey, Hilda, they can't get to sleep at night. They get this second wind. Give me a thumbs up if any of you guys get a second wind. So like 8, 9 o'clock. So, you actually, if you stay up too late, you get this second wind and you can't get back to sleep there. So Suzette, does increased heart rate come from adrenal fatigue? Not necessarily. We'll see, actually, there's some thumbs up. A lot of people get that second wind. A lot of people that increased heart rate, they're still in kind of a fight or flight. Their adrenals still have this extra, pedal to the metal feeling to it. So my guess would be that your cortisol is a little high and some other things are out of balance. So usually when we start getting adrenal fatigue, that heart rate, blood pressure, some of those things start crashing down there. Hey, Lisa, good to see you. Yeah, I know stress keeps coming at you. And good to see you as well, Linda. So if that's you throughout the day, then that's going to be pretty much adrenal fatigue. You've got to start out with stabilizing that blood sugar. That's going to be step number one. You've got to get that consistent all day long, going nice and steady between 85 and 110 as much as you possibly can all day long. That's going to take a huge strain off your adrenals. If you haven't yet, get a brain map done and you can see what your alpha is doing, and that's going to be a huge part of calming down that brain pattern. Other things that you can do, ashwagandha, there's some herbs that you can do. You can do certain things like appropriate exercise. So for certain people, I use my heart rate monitor on my watch, and if I go too much, if my heart rate goes up too high, I like to be in the 140s, and that's where I feel good. If I go up into the 150s for very long, or if my exercise is too long, I know that later in the day I'll be yawning, I'll be tired, I'll be crashing through there. So exercise is a huge part of it. You want to bump up a little bit, get some stimulation with the exercise, and then wind it down. If you're tired afterwards, if you want to take a nap, if you lie down, if you're yawning after doing exercise, your adrenals are depleted and you do not have enough to do that type of exercise. So what do? We slow it down a little bit, monitor. You've got to use a heart rate monitor, and you've got to time it in a way you might only be able to do 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I'm so glad to get in your office to get better direction next week. All right, Suzette, I'll be excited to see you next week. You've got to keep that steady, keep that heart rate steady, and not go too long. I can go for a hike and I'll keep my heart rate lower because I'm just hiking along, but I can go for an hour or two. But if I would do that for like a spin class or anything like CrossFit, anything like that, I would be tired the rest of the day. I would be yawning, not able to function, because your adrenals only have so much oomph to them. We've evolved over thousands of years to go shoot a deer and then sit around camp and scrape off that hide and not have to constantly be hunting or running. So you've got to step up and do the right things to, one, stop the adrenal stress on your body. So you've got to put the time and energy in, whether that's EMDR, any type of relaxation techniques, breathing techniques, neurofeedback, stabilizing that blood sugar, all those different things take the stress off. And then you've got to do the things to build it back up. Exercise appropriately, take appropriate nutritional support, ashwagandha, some different herbs that are good for the adrenals, keep that blood sugar as steady as possible, eat enough protein, do a lot of good things through there. So do you have adrenal fatigue? Unfortunately, a lot of you probably yes. Are there things you can do about it? Absolutely. Does that mean go take an adrenal supplement and that's going to fix it? No. I've seen hundreds of people come in that have been taking adrenal support for years and still are adrenal fatigued. So you've got to get to the underlying why. Root cause, get to the bottom of it, and you will get your life back. You will have energy like this now, at lunch, at dinner, by 8:30, 9 o'clock tonight. I'm ready for bed, but everything in between, let's bring it. All right, guys, great to see you. Stay strong out there, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.